welcome back to episode 20 of Create Astral. I figured it's about time that we actually make trains. I keep wanting to do it. There's a lovely train station in this new place. So I figured let's do it. I apparently have this. I'm sure that I completed more of these things like the train stations. But I think all I do is I take a train casing. And I thought that I just right-click this, but maybe it's not quite as simple as that. Let's have a look. Maybe I do need to make a train station first, which, okay, fair enough, is easy enough. I'm sure I've got compasses somewhere. There is one. So to make our train station, I think we literally just take a train casing and a compass, and we get two of them. Cool. So, let's see if I have to ponder this. Train track, place station nearby. These are waypoints, okay. And I do have to assemble the train from there, I think. Okay. By using train casings on tracks, okay. I feel that I did that. Maybe I did it wrong. Or maybe the station needs to be there first. Okay. So if I do that, then we put the station here. We now have this station here. Then, do I have to right-click on this first? Okay, I create new train. Use train casings on highlighted tracks. Remove bogies by breaking the thing on top. Build carriages attached to one or two bogies. Okay. So I do that. And then I think that's the main idea. Let's see what else I need. We need train controls. So we're going to need a lever and a block of zinc. That shouldn't be too bad. I'm noticing that there's not a crafting table here. I should probably go get one. But let's get that block of zinc as well. Okay, so I think I've gotten all the other bits that I need for the train. We can change that. That looks really silly, so let's stick with that. But first let's make a crafting table. Where would it make most sense to have a crafting table? Maybe in this corner, based on this looking like the desk. We have our block of zinc. Actually, first we need to make our lever. Then we do that. Then we make a train casing, get the train controls, and slap these on the front. Pretty sure those are backwards, so let's turn those around. And then I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a seat. So let's make a seat. Let's make it red because then it'll go faster. The seat can go right there. And then I assume I probably have to glue all of this together. So let's glue the things. And then, where do I go from here? I need tracks, which I definitely have done. I think some of these things are coming up with their own stuff. Let's just grab a track from here. No. Do I have to grab a standard looking track? Might have to do a different type of track, which irritatingly means I need to go find a sawmill. Alright, well, we got our track, which doesn't even line up correctly. There we go. Now we can make track variants, which we're well aware of. I think I just have to assemble the train. So I think I go to here. I go to assemble. We can rename the train. Let me know if you have a good name for our first train, our little tiny train. And I think we just climb aboard. And then we can go. Oh, and I get a little hat as well. This is amazing. I don't know where this track is going. I'm also facing the wrong way. And it's so fast. can slow down as we come into this other train station. And then we can stop here. And then we have that train station. So let's put a train station right here. And can I name this place? I can name the place. So there's this village over here. This is a very nice train station, although there's nobody here. I guess this village is going to need a name. I've not actually come over here yet to explore this place. I suspect it is just a pretty normal village with no particularly remarkable stuff in it. Cleric's kind of cool. Oh. But yeah, so we got this area over here. Oh, the train actually shows up on the map, I just realized. You can see Trainy McTrainface, which, again, if you've got a better name, feel free to leave it in the comments. But let's just have a quick look through here. And then we'll jump back on the train. So there really wasn't anything of note in that village at all. But I guess we then head the other direction. So we control. Don't think we want to go that way because we don't want to fall off the thing. This village, that's not good. This village did have a lot of flowers, so maybe something flower-based for a name would be cool. Can we increase the speed? Or is it because I'm going in reverse? That's a bit slower. Because going forwards, it had no issue. I wonder if it just doesn't go all that fast. Or can I actually control this somehow? Oh, why are we slowing so far down? Oh, on the bottom, that's where the speed is. Okay, so this is like super slow. This is going to be like full speed. I guess not ahead since we're going backwards. But it's at least something. So now, if I want to go off of this direction, I think we come to a stop. And then I think we just hold this direction and we just go this way. And yeah, it looks like the direction that you're traveling does definitely impact how quickly you go. So we might have to build some like turnaround things. Oh, we're definitely gonna hit these wires as we go through. You can see I'm starting to plan some more of the city over here. But then this is gonna take us over to over here. That looks a bit suspect, but that's fine. We definitely want to slow down before we run out of track, because that was just a straight up dead end. Yeah. Well, we ended up at another train station. This one's not quite as fancy as the previous one. It does look like there's a little bit of a village here. Actually, there's a slime island up there. I still have yet to go to one. Let's just see if there's anything cool in here. There's a chest with some sticks. What is this guy? Cartographer. Is there anything in his house? No, but the lights are going down, so we should probably go to bed. I'm not sure if there's anything in here worth taking. There's a snake. Iron boots. Yeah, I don't think there's anything particularly worthwhile in this town. But this does open the possibility for more further exploration, I guess I should say. And we can obviously make our train look a lot nicer than Trainy McTrainface does, which I think I will probably want to do, because there are some like specific train holes in here, which I think would look kind of cool. But then we can go explore some of the other places we've been. We've not really gone this direction, but it looks like there's an abandoned train station over there. And then we can wrap around here. I found another one of these satellite things that we found a while ago. And just have a bit of a more of an explorer in on Earth. rather than like the movie, which is what we've done a lot of recently. So now that we've finished playing with trains, the next thing to do is we want to eventually make our way towards the precision mechanisms, which is the next thing I want to do. I want to try to get this and this done in this episode. However, to make precision mechanisms, we need a lot of cogs. So I thought it might be a good idea to make a bronze shop that just makes it for us. So I've built this little house here. What's kind of cool about this is it's using an electrical generator, or an electrical motor, which is connected through wires back up to our electrical system back there. And we have this lovely thing here. Before we do that, though, we need to make sure that we get the various inputs for what we need. I think we're going to put a heater here, and here to here, smelter, smelter, and then we need our pumps up here. Let's see if I can do this one. Kind of, I think I can rearrange it at least. There we go. Again, kind of. Basically what we're going to do with this is, I don't think I can get this to rotate the way I want it to. Really? There we go. There's one. There's two. And then what we can do is we can pump this out, get to mix up into our thing. I just realized I did not make a mixer, so I'm going to have to go and do that. I don't think I have a basin either. Give me a sec, and we'll make those things as well. So we're going to put our basin... Well, actually, let's place the mixer first so you can see where it's supposed to go. And then our basin is going to go here. We're going to need some pipes connecting from the top of these, which might be hard to get to at the moment. Let's just put down a pipe for me to jump on. There we go. And then this one is going to go into here. Interesting. Like almost like so. No. Like so. And apparently I'm going to need more pipes as well. Apparently I was not as well prepared for this. But we can put down our mechanical pump here. And then we'll need some more pipes either way. But we can put a depot maybe here for the time being. Spout will go on top of that, and then we can at least make a bucket first. Which will be something at least. Okay, more pipes acquired. So let's put one here, and we'll connect these up like so. So these should be both good to go. These should be pumping copper and tin into here. Then we just need another one going up into our thing here. And to be fair, when we automate this, it's going to work kind of like we have in that factory, where it's going to first end up in a casting thing, and then it's going to make the gears. The gears are going to drop down into a barrel, what are they called, drawer. But let's check to see if this works. We do still have to power a couple things. I do have some gears, although I think I'm going to need to get a few more. Yes, definitely going to need to get a few more. But we just need to hook up the rest of the stuff, and that should be good to go. Shouldn't be too much work. Okay, we should now have everything that we need. It did occur to me that I'm going to need to have a smart pipe, which I grabbed, but that should be fine. So let's stick our last few gears, or cogs, onto where they need to be. We need one here, and we need one here. And now everything should be running. So let's put half of our charcoal into here, another half into here, and let's start with 3 and 3 and see if that does what it needs to do. What we want to see here, actually let's disconnect that for now, is we want to see this turn into bronze. We do need to switch those around, as is usually the case. And this should start filling up with both things. Is this not how we do this? Have I done this entirely wrong? Let's have a quick look. So it turns out I had the wrong kind of basin. We want this kind of basin, not the casting basin. That does make a whole lot more sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace this thing with this thing. And that should now actually be doing the thing we need it to do. I am actually going to break it one more time just to get the extra liquids that we don't need out of there. And then we're going to put some tin in and some copper. And now we should see this eventually melt. It should go into here, which also explains why I couldn't see what was in there. And then this is now getting mixed into molten bronze. Perfect. It's not quite enough for a full bucket, so we're going to put some more into each of these. So we want to have a full bucket of molten bronze before we start pumping it out. Well, or at least until it's full. So let's attach this. Let's do that. Fortunately, that seems to have just pulled the copper out. So we're going to break that. It's now pulling the zinc out. And here comes the bronze. That's what we wanted to see. It's not quite a full bucket, because we will eventually want to pump this into a bucket. So let's make a little bit more. Let it smelt. Let it cook up even. And then we should get a little bit more, and hopefully it spouts in the right things. Nope. I think we need to remove this while it makes the stuff. And now we have a bit more bronze. Let's spin that around, and then let's replace this once we see what we want. There we go. And now we have a bucket of molten bronze. Excellent. So we can go into here. We can accept this. We get some cogwheels. We have a gold gear cast. We don't have a coin. Oh, we can actually cast both kinds. That's really cool. Ow, 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 ow. I should have expected that. So I actually maybe want both of those in here. Especially since we'll need both of them for the mechanisms. What we do want to do first, though, is let's remove this. Let's put in our smart fluid pipe, like so, and then let's put the molten bronze in there. So now the only thing that should be getting pumped in is molten bronze. So the next step is going to be to set this up so that it can spout in what we actually want. And we can cast things. We're going to start off with the gold gear casts, just because I think that'd be cool to get some of the large ones. I'm not sure how I'm going to get this to do both. Oops, we don't want it right there. But we'll figure that out in a sec. Let's put this here, and then we just, I think, need to connect up the rest of this, like so. So if we put some more copper and some more tin in here, hopefully we will start to see this actually work the way we want it to. Let's get rid of my little extra things here. That is going to do the thing. It doesn't seem to be pumping out anything that we don't want it to. And there goes our bronze up into there. It's not quite enough, so we're going to need to put in some more. That kind of makes sense. What I do also want to do is I want to make a crafting table so that we can turn these into blocks, because I think that will be more efficient. So let's get some more of this going. And then that should be getting pumped out and in. And it does one thing. It goes into the hopper. Hopefully. And we have one large cogwheel. That is amazing. That's what I wanted to see. I do have some ideas for how to get both of these rolling with one machine, but I think that's a good place for today. So I'm going to let more of these cook up so that we can make lots of precision mechanisms, and then we'll come back and actually get the precision mechanisms ready to go.